Hi, welcome back everyone. Welcome to Shades of Radiology. Today we are going to discuss a case of the month. I would like to thank Dr. Karthik for contributing an excellent case. So let us see what is this case and try to assess yourself before giving up the diagnosis. A 60-year-old female with severe abdominal pain presented to emergency department. So this is the topogram and this is the axial and sagittal CT sections. You can pause the video to observe the findings and come to conclusion. And these are the few other sets of images: the coronal CT abdomen, the sagittal and the axial sections. Please have a careful look of all the findings, which gives always the clue. You can pause the video and you can have a look at the findings. I will go to discussion slide. So coming to findings on topogram, what you can see here is a large dilated gastric fundal bubble. You can see the gastric bubble is grossly dilated, and here you can see the NG tube tip which is located within this bubble, which indicates that this is a gastric bubble. So this is one finding which is present on plain radiograph, which is usually non-specific for most of the times. And coming to CT sections, you can see the stomach is over distended with air fluid level, and here you can see in the sagittal plane, and the NG tube is going down here, and there is one structure which is coming up here. If you follow the sequential sections of axial or sagittal plane, we can see what exactly is this. So I'm going to show you what exactly is this structure which is located behind the stomach. So coming to coronal plane, you can see this is the pylorus of the stomach, and this is the antrum, and this is the fundus. So this is what happened. You can see clearly the fundus of the stomach, antrum and pyloric region of stomach, which is going above instead of located it below. So this is a classic case of stomach volvulus, that is, we call it as gastric volvulus, which is of two types. So this is a mesenteroaxial volvulus because the volvulus has happened in the plane of the mesentery. You can see the flipping has occurred. The antropyloric region of the stomach has come above, like in this image you can see here the illustration. The similar thing has happened in our case. And one more important association in gastric volvulus is the wandering spleen. So this wandering spleen, that is, you can see the spleen is located in the left iliac fossa, and here lower down still you can see the lower pole of the spleen. So this is a classic case of mesenteroaxial gastric volvulus with wandering spleen. So there are two types of gastric volvulus, that is the organoaxial and mesenteroaxial. Organoaxial will be flipping along the plane of the organ, along the plane of the stomach. There will be a flipping and volvulus of the stomach occurs. Whereas in mesenteroaxial, at site of attachment of the mesentery, in the plane of the mesentery, the antropyloric region flips above, and this is what gives the appearance of the mesenteroaxial volvulus. Organoaxial volvulus is more common than the mesenteroaxial volvulus, which we should remember, but this, in our case, it is a mesenteroaxial volvulus, which is not so common. And this is the picture taken from Radiopedia. You can clearly see how the flipping of the greater curvature has gone this side and lesser curvature has come this side, and this is the flipping which has occurred from the antropyloric region of stomach has come above, whereas the fundus has gone below. So this is the mesenteroaxial volvulus, and this is the organoaxial volvulus on barium swallow or barium meal. And there are few associations with gastric volvulus, that is the wandering spleen, which was seen in our case. Diaphragmatic hernia might be associated, or eventuation of diaphragm. These are the few associations which we need to remember in case of gastric volvulus. So presence of wandering spleen, large dilated stomach with fundus located down, antropyloric regions located above the fundus, that is above the GE junction. We call it as a classic case of mesenteroaxial volvulus. Thank you all.